I want to do a timeline for the future. So, starting off by January 2023 this year, I want to perfect my hand positioning on the guitar with chords and not muting out the strings. For people that aren't guitar players, or maybe even people who aren't musicians at all, this it probably sounds really confusing. By February 2023, I want to have memorized the fretboard, get a good idea of where every note is that could assist in bar chords, power chords, I think, from my understanding. By March 2023, I want to have memorized all of the open chords. I know A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. I just have to learn the flats of each, or the sharps. Same thing. But I gotta learn the flat chords. By April, I want to be able to move between bar chords quickly, because so this is either from one bar chord to another, or a bar chord to an open chord, or open to bar. I can make bar chords and they can sound not muffled, but switching between them, no matter what the next chord is, or switching to them no matter what chord I'm on, that is difficult. By the end of May this year, I want to be able to finger pick with a specific pattern, or be able to pick up a pattern, because it takes a lot of coordination. Finger style is very important for any guitar player, I would think, because you can get more of the variation between notes rather than just a full chord. By the end of June this year, I want to find someone to practice with other than guitar lessons where there's the teacher with you. I have only practiced by myself. It was recommended to me and I'm considering it. I also want to have memorized all of the minor chords by then. I know A minor, E minor, D minor, but that's really the extent. Over the summer, I want to gain experience. Not sure what I'm going to be doing, whether if it's a gig somewhere or not. So it's still vague. By the end of the year, with no harsh deadline except for the end of this year, I want to have memorized the 7th chords. They have been in a lot of I've seen them a lot in popular music trying to play songs. I'm not sure what their significance is yet, but I'll figure that out. I also want to be able to sing and play at the same time. That is something that is hard for me right now because of the variation in rhythms of the vocals and the melody. I want to be able to practice with a metronome so that I can stay on time. I want to build my repertoire, so I want to learn more songs and have a more extensive list of songs that I can play rather than just Green Day. And I also am going to try to get good at making percussion sounds with the guitar, whether it's muting strings, hammering onto strings, stuff like that to spice up the sound. I don't know. In 2024, I want to get the required documents needed to board, and I also want to get the required training needed to work on a cruise ship. I hope to do that, and then learn how to do improv on guitar in case I need to fill time for some reason. That would be a good way to do it. I want to have a generalized idea of how notes sound so that if I'm performing and my guitar is out of tune, I could tell that before going through the entire song. And then I want to get signed to a cruise line. I'm not sure what that will be, but my first choice would be Royal. I'll get to that. If I need experience, I'd go on probably any cruise line. And then in 2027, after having 3 years of experience doing multiple contracts, I would hope that I would have enough skill to be able to be signed by Royal Caribbean to work on one of their ships in a pub as a solo guitarist. Royal Caribbean would be ideal, but really just being able to go on a ship, see the world, that would be incredible. So I hope 4 years from now, I'm rewatching this video on a ship in the middle of the ocean, living my dream.